Well, hello everyone. Today we're going to change the transfer case fluid in the Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Rubicon 392. Going about doing this is it's going to require 2 quarts of ATF fluid, a bottle pump, some brake cleaner, some high temperature thread locker, a 13mm socket, 18mm socket, 10mm Allen bit, a ratchet, or in this case an impact driver, and a torque wrench. And of course you'll need something to clean everything up, paper towels or shop rags, and you'll need something to collect the fluid with, in this case an oil catch pan. All right, my Jeep only has around 24,000 miles on it, and I've only owned it for about 4 or 5 months now. It's a 2021. So you might be asking, why exactly do you need to change the transfer case fluid at such an early time? The earliest interval you might say would be around 30,000 miles, even though I think it's recommended 30 or 60 depending on how you drive it. But I'm hoping to address an issue that seems to be becoming more and more common with these 392s, and that's the transfer case. It's a different transfer case than the standard V6 or 4-cylinder Rubicons have. This one has a full-time 4-wheel drive auto option. It doesn't have a 2-wheel drive. It's not your standard 2-wheel drive transfer case. And what we're seeing is a lot of these are failing. There's like an internal coupler instead of the way an internals of a standard Rubicon transfer case works. And I guess that coupler tends to overheat or it fails for whatever reason. A number of people that are reporting that the transfer case fluid comes low from the factory, and that might be part of the premature wear on the internals of the transfer case. So I'm actually very curious to see what level my fluids are at and the condition of the fluid. So far I haven't had any issues with my 4-wheel drive system. I've driven it about 7,000 miles now, and I've done a variety of different types of driving, done some road trips. We've done some of that towing, we've done some off-roading, some rock crawling with it, had it in 4-low, 4-high, 4-high alt, had it in every sort of condition that you would take your Jeep on, at least examples of each type. So we're gonna hop on underneath the Jeep and show you what you need to do to change your transfer case fluid. Although it's not necessary to take off the transfer case skid plate in order to do this, it will make the job a lot easier. So I'm going to go ahead and take off the 6 fasteners that hold this on. There's 2 right here that go into the fuel tank skid plate. That's your 13mm sockets. Okay, and these remaining 4 are your 18mm, and there's one right here. Guys, it never goes as smoothly as they make it look. And this here is your transfer case, and it looks quite different. For one, I see the drain plug, but I don't see a fill plug right above it. Okay, I'm an idiot. It's right here. This is the fill plug. Wasn't on very tight. Yeah, it's dripping out already. Yeah. But we already have drainage, not much, but it is there. All right, now that's done, I'm gonna drain the fluid. Wasn't very tight. But then again, these only get torqued to about 22 foot-pounds. Actually, it is low. That's actually from further in. It is a little bit low. Trying my best not to make a mess here. It does look kind of dirty. It's kind of a dark, it's supposed to be red. It looks like a brownish purple. All right, gonna take some brake parts cleaner, clean these up a little. Now we're going to take our thread locker, get it all mixed. Just hand tightening it for now. Now you're going to take your ATF plus 4. Yeah, that's perfect. Just screw it on like so. Now the way you know this is full is fluid will start to drip out of the fill hole. You got some backsplash. That's not from it being full. That's splashing off. Here, let's get further in there. Damn, already? Alright, that's one. Trying to do this, making as little mess as possible. Less mess, less cleanup, less work. No, 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 no. There we go. Should be draining. Whoa. I don't have a 3/8 torque wrench, so I had to use an adapter. Keep that in mind. All right, gonna adjust this down to 22 foot-pounds. That's it. All right, now back to the skid plates. There are specs, torque specs for these, but I'm just gonna tighten them with the impact. Really not wanting to line up. Might want to put them on loosely. Seems pretty snug. There it is. The dreaded service four-wheel drive light. I just pulled over. I checked my fuses, since a lot of people say that is part of the reason why you get the four-wheel drive, the service four-wheel drive light. They were all fine. I shut the Jeep off, went and used the bathroom here at this convenience store, came back, and now the light is gone. I don't know if it's going to stay gone. Maybe it's just need to reset. I'm wondering if I didn't put a top off the fluid enough. It was coming out of the fill hole, but maybe not that much. I think when I get home, I'm going to be sure and top that off. There was still quite a bit of fluid left in the second quart container of ATF fluid I had. So should be enough in there to test it out, but that's kind of odd that it came on not even a couple days later, and not even a whole other tank fill since then. So I should note that it when the light was on, it didn't drive any different. I know some people say when the light comes on, it feels like it's in four-wheel drive, or it stutters or goes into limp mode. This had none of that. It drove fine. I got up to about 55, 60 miles an hour, no problem, full acceleration. So maybe it is just a little low on the ATF fluid and got a little hot there. I was doing quite a bit of urban driving just now, a lot of stop and go traffic. I don't know. I also was in a slight incline when it happened. So, I don't know. We'll see. So far, it's still off. Later that day, I proceeded to add the remaining ATF plus 4 that I had, and it turned out that wasn't enough to fill it. I had to wait yet another day for the dealership to be open so I could pick up a third quart of ATF plus 4, and that finally topped it off. Well guys, that's going to do it on this sweltering hot 102-degree day. That is how you change the transfer case fluid of a 2021 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Rubicon 392. Very similar to how you would change it on any Jeep Wrangler, whether it be Rubicon, non-Rubicon. So if you've been thinking about getting this done on your Jeep, I would highly consider doing it on your own, as it'll cost probably a significantly amount less money than if you had somebody else do it, especially the dealership. The fluids run between $10 and $15 a quart. So I needed 3 quarts total. It used just about 2 1/4 quarts of ATF plus 4 fluid. So I highly recommend getting this done, especially if you fear what might happen with your transfer case. There's no guarantee it'll stop whatever has been happening, but I think there is a good chance that they're related, since multiple people have been reporting low fluids. And they've also been stating that the differential fluids have been low as well. So I think that'll be probably the next thing I'll be looking at doing here, is checking my diff fluids. Very important to have the proper amount of fluid in there, as you don't want anything to be overheating and everything just gets torn up. So anyways, hopefully you found this useful. If you did, like the video, please consider subscribing to the channel so you can get future updates on the 392 and be notified of our next motoring adventures. And we'll see you next time. Take care.